I know a lot of your computers are still booting up, but I'll show you what I have for you, and then once the computers get logged in, you can start exploring and doing some of this if you want to. Previous to starting the writing project, I didn't use Twitter for anything except I would tweet reminders to my students about homework and projects and things, and then I would follow other English teacher, guru, education type people. I didn't follow any of my friends. I never really interacted on Twitter with anybody. But what I figured out is that you can use Twitter as a professional development tool. You know, we've been pushed to, read some books in the library, and those are great and useful, but sometimes we don't have time to sit down and read a whole book. But what I found is there are lots of really good people tweeting things that are interesting and useful to us in our classroom. Sometimes they are professional people that write books about education and things we can do in our classroom, and sometimes they're just other teachers just like us. So what I do is I found some people that I can follow, and I've also found some channels, like some hashtags to follow that are also really useful. And so I wanted to share some of those with you. If you go to my Weebly once you get logged in and click on mini lesson, I've got a couple links here. The first one are some education tweeters. These are some people that you can look it up by category. There are drama teachers, elementary school teachers, math teachers, journalism, librarians, literacy coaches, and then you can click on any of those categories and it will take you to a whole other list of links. Here's social studies teachers, and these are just social studies teachers around the globe that are known for tweeting things that might be useful to other social studies teachers. And so you can explore that list of categories and education tweeters and maybe find some people that are useful to you. And then if you go back to my Weebly page, all of these links down below here, these are people that either I follow or I got a list of some people also from Gil that are interesting to me at least, or to him, he shares with his students. Lots of English type people, but there's also some technology stuff in there that may or may not be useful to you. If you click any of those links, it'll take you to their Twitter page, so you can kind of get a sampling of what sort of things they tweet and if it's someone you might want to follow. The next thing here are Twitter hashtags for education, and this is just a link to a page that I found. If you scroll down, we've been using hashtag EKUWP to tag anything that we tweet that we want to make sure everybody sees. But there are hashtags for specific education type things. I follow ENG chat, I follow lit chat for things that might be useful to me in my high school English class. But you can see there are lots of things here, and again, it's kind of categorized by different areas so that maybe you can find some hashtags that you want to follow that might be more personalized for you. The third thing here is each of those Twitter channels, a lot of them have weekly meetings where if you're available you can log in, and for instance English Chat has Monday evening live tweet chat type things where there will be a specific category or topic that people will get on, and they'll all kind of have a conversation with themselves. And so if you're interested in that, I found this Google Doc that has the weekly schedule that each of these channels, you can't really see that, but on Sundays, you can see there's 10 or 15 chats per night on different topics. If you find something that's really, really interesting to you, You can take part in that whenever you have time, you know, and you can log in once and not do it again for 6 months, and you know, just whenever you have the opportunity. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is, you know, we're all familiar with Twitter, where you have one feed where everything that you follow is together, and if you want to search for a particular hashtag, you can go do that, but then every time you want to look for it, you have to go back and search it again, and it's kind of a pain. There's a platform called TweetDeck, and I have a link here from my page, where you can create columns for specific things. And so you have to create an account, and then you link it to your Twitter account. And so this first column is just my normal feed, like you see on Twitter. The second column is interactions, so anytime anyone mentions me in their tweet, or I interact with somebody, that's in this column by itself. And then you can also save searches so that it's always there and it's always more organized. So I have a column for English chat, I have a column for lit chat, and then I made one for the writing project so that I can creep on all of you. So if that's something that you're interested in, all those links are there on my Weebly if you want to do some exploration, find some people that you want to follow for your classroom purposes. Again, you know, it's there when you want it. You know, when you have 5 minutes, you can go look at it for 5 minutes. If you have a couple hours, you can go check out, you know, and explore as much as you have time for. I found some really, really cool things that I've used in my classroom. I found some really, really cool teachers that are doing really interesting things that I've been able to put into my classroom. A lot of them have blogs, and so they'll link their blogs, and now I can follow those too. So this is kind of how I usually come up with new ideas. This is generally where it comes from. That's all I had for you guys.
Thank you.